So, good morning to everybody. So, today I'm Biswas, Academic Counselor of IGNU. Now, today the course is MMPH 002. So, again, it is a HRM specialized paper, Human Resource Development. So, today we have to discuss about the block 1. First, I will try to give you some of the overview of the total course. How many blocks, what are the units are there, that we have to discuss. Introduction of HRD. The first block is your introduction of HRD. The unit 1 is HR development and overview. Then your HRD systems. Unit number 3, HRD process and methods. And block number 2, managing HRD. How to manage the HRD basically. So there it is HRD for employees, a role of HR managers, competency mapping. Then your unit number 7 is your analysis of performance and the career planning. Then your block number 3 will be described. Your unit number 8, that is your HRD culture and climate, counseling, then counseling, coaching and mentoring, then HRD in industrial relations. And block number 4, it is your experiences and the trends in the HRD. This is very important. There is emerging trends and the perspectives, and then HRD experiences. So this is the latest 4 blocks has been discussed, the total HRD. Now today we have tried to cover up the block number 1. That is unit number 1 to 3. First is what is the meaning of the HRD? That part we have to see. Then what is the importance of why the HRD is important? Then what are the background of the history of the HRD? This is the evolution, how it has come, and why it is needed basically. Issues and challenges. What are the challenges that are there in the HRD? What should be the role of a HRD top management to implement the HRD process? And the concept of the HRD systems. First, there are what are the systems are there? There are 10 commandants for the HRD systems. The component of the HRD, what are the component of the HRD that you have to see? Subcontents, subsystems of the HRD systems, and emerging new subsystems of the HRD, designing of HRD, and the process to see the climate, then your framework, and what are the outcomes of the HRD. So this is the total. Now let's see what is the meaning of the HRD. This means some of the introductions. As per the Elton Meon, he experienced there is a prime, the relevance to the human, there is a prime mover. Actually, human basically is a prime mover. They can move for the sources. So that's why you have to be very careful about the employees, how to explore them, what is the how to develop them. So that is the motor to this. Many organizations have realized the potential of their employees and are working towards enhancing their growth and development. So there are so many writers have written in different form. The meaning is basically to develop the human purposes. What are the energies are to be together so that the synergy can be produced, and you have to identify the potential of the humans and train to remain either stagnant or fade away. Because you see, if I not motivate the peoples or not develop the people, then there will be one fine day they will be stagnant. So slowly they will be fade away. That is skilling, upgrading, upskilling, all these part are coming under the HRD. The VUCA basically is a short form of volatile abbreviation of your things volatile, unprecedented, complex, and ambiguous. The book actually the world brought tsunami of the changes in the way of human. Because of this, the different complexes come, natural, environmental, unprecedented things are happening. Because of that, lot of changes are occurred, and finally today we are here actually in this world. Lot of changes involved going on. However, it has seen that after the even in the COVID-19, you see the lot of practices as realized. That time it is realized in the pandemic time. Everybody knows what has happened totally. And because of that time, some new normal has come up, welcoming the disruptions beyond the imaginations, as has brought a completely new avatar of the HR marketing, HR making work from the home, work from home, as we know, hybrid work, third place workstation, as a reality. That time, global globalization, because of this globalization, you see, we are in a one village. That is, anybody can, anywhere, they can gain the knowledge, or they can start, they can do their business itself. So there is not much problem about it. So all these new things are already developed during this period. Lot of startup companies have started, especially in the digital market and other things also tremendously improved. So, so virtually the world has come as a physical face, and the employee experiences have gone to next generation, Gen Next, of the highest ever seen times. So this is a different height of we have reached some different heights. The biggest challenge in HRD is facing to upkeep the moral of the employees, take care of 360 degrees of the employees, well-being, and the manage things, pardoning the disruptive dynamics of the business, and still continue to add value to the revenue functions. So, in one word, it is a very tough, biggest challenge. That's why the challenge is there to upkeep the moral of the employees. It is the main thing. And maybe for that, you have to arrange, you have to regenerate, you have to motivate the employees in different ways. Martin, Linson and Martin and Elizabeth, they have power, they have also, as their article, they have written the secret to successful strategy executions. That a time has come for all the organizations to alter to flexi organizational structure, because now you see you have to redesign, you have to rethink, and to re-engineering the everything based on the situation. You have to, your matrix, expectation matrix has to be changed. You have to realign the people power. What are the power of the people, the potentials that you have to realign for the improvement to attain the maximum efforts to is idea to execution include the involved teams and keep pumping for the motivation always. Now, what is the HRD? Now, try to understand what is the HRD. There are two assumptions. First is it makes sense only when it contributes towards the business improvement and the business excellence. Means if you are not business are improving or not business excellence. So some first things, the HRD can do things, can improve the things. That is the one of the first assumptions. Second assumption is it also strongly believe that good people and good culture make good organizations. If you have a good people, good employees, and there are a good culture is there, then definitely it will be one fine day, it will be declared as a good organizations. So there are basic two assumptions are considered in the HRD. HRD means the basically the building of competence in people. First, it has to build up the competenceness. Second is your commitment in the people. Whatever he is doing, some time within the time frame, he has to do it. He has to accept the jobs and do it as best as possible. So commitment is very important. Third is your culture in the organization, because culture is really one of the pillar, I can say. It's a good pillar for the culture, because culture can give you some peace and your smoothly you can work the things. Without the conflict will be less, no argument, and your all these inner positive activities will be good. So there are three things you have to build up. There's so many concepts is there. There are so many concepts there. So some of the concept and just define the HRD as those learning experience which are all organized for a specific time and designed to bring about the possibility of behavioral changes. So otherwise, you have to set some of the goals, you have to set some of the strategy and to achieve particular or to target some of the things, and depending on your considering the behavioral sciences. So you have to adopt some behavioral sciences and see the changes. So this is the way you can. And TV Rao, Professor TV Rao, he has also some in his word say the HRD is a process by which the employees of an organizations are helped in the continuous and planned way to acquire or sharpen the capabilities required to perform various functions associated with their present and expected future roles. Developed their general capabilities as individual and discover and exploit their own inner potential for their own and organizational development purposes. These all are the considerations. Development and organizational culture in which the superior subordinate relationships, teamwork and the collaboration among subunits are strong and contribute to the professional well-being, motivation, and pride of employees. According to M. Khan, he is saying the human resource development is the across of increasing the knowledge, capabilities, and positive work attitudes of all people working at all levels in a business undertaking. So many authors are describing different way their viewpoints. So human resource development is a continuous process in which the organization through various intervention help an employee to bring the people at the core to continuously work towards the excellence, to assess the capabilities and their skills, knowledge, attributes in the HR as per the desired role and the responsibilities which has already assigned to them. Third is that to continue to scaling and they enhance their knowledge through the training and development interventions. Third point is very important because training and development is one of the main action plan, I can say. So through this, you can enhance the skill of the employees. To maximize the talent and the potential for the individual and organizational growth, to foster and nurture human relations, teamwork, collaborations, to create a roadmap of the employees' development, to inculcate the values, norms, excellence in the work culture, and to make the human resources catalyzed for the change and the platform of the role of business partnership and business development, to create work environment with positive energies and the synergies to create a great place to work and the best employees experiences. So there are so many things. Even in the last, there's the stockholder value. Because if the organization is good, HRD is very good, implemented very nicely. So stockholder value will be increased because the share value will be increased in the company. So on the outside also, within and outside organizations of the better stockholder value will be there. Strategic intent keeps the individual and the terms challenge uh, so many for the upskilling purposes, reskilling, and the collaboration. It also requires the continuously working on the rewarding and the motivating every individuals who can champion and the case of the transformations. So for every organizations, it is important to have a valuable employees. Then the function of the HRD manager is to like a gardener. You see the HRD manager. What is the role of? Suppose here for the role of a HRD manager for the development purposes. We can say the HRD manager just like a gardener. I has for as a gardener, what he does, he has procured the right kind of seed, preparing the soil, and sowing the right seeds, nurture, and and it with right plants and the policies. Mentor and the provide the support like water, sun, mature, like this, etc. So you can compare with this the role of a HRD manager with a gardener. So for the way he has uh, taking to take care of his plants, flower, whatever it is, same thing. He has to take care of his employees also, so that they can go further. Companies need to invest their financial resources on enhancing the competencies of their employees. The entire world, you see that 2020 and 2021 has seen the great resignations and is taking the call, wake up call to follow the passions and the inner voice to give more importance to health, then healthy eating, exercising, family, human relations, peace and mind, and exploring the world. So all these terms which I am now says, all these terms are after the 2020 and 2021. We have realized, everybody has realized, not only in the organizations as a personal level also, that we have to take care of our health and we should take the healthy food, eating healthy food, exercise is required, family, to look after the family, and some relationships also to be developed so that your mind peace is required. Peace of mind is always required. So, so every organization is important to have a valuable employees. So now see the planning, the human resource information systems. This is in short HRIS, human resource information systems, and human resource accounting systems. That is HRIS in short, and human resource planning. Acquiring the talent from the global market, then your nurturing the nurturing the retaining talent in a hybrid systems. So all are we are talking about the systems, or measuring the performance metrics in fluid workstations systems. Use the assessment and feedback for the continuous development and strengthening the core of the business and not building huge infrastructures. Provide a continuous improvement through the education, because education is one of the prime requirement, so that the learning and the development, this is called the LD in short for L&D or LD, learning and development, are in the organizations. To implement using the platforms like the academy, then your MOOCs, then your academy and education extensionals. So many things uh, are there. Can be possible. It can be improved for purposes. Due to diligence in creating the employee engagement best practices, because we have to engagement is very much important. Employee engagement. Then providing the flexi online and the offline mode of the learning. Learning, uh, two things are right now. What I am delivering is all are online because what are the learning process, knowledge sharing, everything are online mode. That is the offline. So some sort of flexibility is required. As you know, IGNO has already offered some online courses and some your offline course, ODL mode also, distance learning mode also, weekend counseling classes mode. So there are so many options are there because those who are in the working conditions, in the organizations, so they should also take this opportunity to improve their career. So this is the way. Uh, in the organizations also, some of the employees, those who are interested to work from the home, and so that some sort of flexi working environment is required. Distinguish the human resource practices with the help of artificial intelligence, because you see the now uh, digitizing. Now the digital systems are coming up, so digitizing the human resource practices because there so that we can reduce the manpowers and some of the basic work can do by the artificial intelligence. They can very accurately they can do it within the time frame. They can do it. Data, basically the data collections, database, what are the analysis part, everything can be happen can do by the artificial intelligence. And it is already implemented. A lot of companies have already, a lot of the organizations are already they are doing their artificial intelligence. Utilizing the HR analysis for business intelligence. I can give you some of the one example here, artificial intelligence, how it has developed. Because of the, as you know, in the China airport, because of the corona time, they have, when the some delegates are coming, so that time in the Commonwealth time, so they have some robotic attendants. I mean, when the robotic representative was there, they are welcoming the delegates in the airport itself, and they are escort them also up to the point, up to the exit point or something point. So that way they have arranged some of the robotics so that some distance can be maintained. At the same time, delegates cannot be a problem at all. So that type of intelligence through this AI, they have developed. So there are so many things. Other things is also there. Now we are talking about the some of the evaluation of the HRD, how it has evaluated throughout the years. The concept of the HRD came into the picture in 1970. That time it has come in the picture. L&T, Larsen Tebro, was the pioneer in India to design and implement in integrated HRD systems. They first it is introduced the in integrated HRD systems. And slowly, and other companies also, they have started this service. Then CS Mayer lead to the seed of human resource relationship by compounding National Institute of Industrial Psychology in 1921. Entrol Mayo in 1880 to 1949, who contributes formal structure. So different people have contributed there. He emphasized on the importance and the role of group relationships in the organization described in on the experiment done under the Hethron study. There are so many studies as conducted, and accordingly they have formulated some principles they have adopted, and it is some sort of your theory has been developed. Frederick Harvard has two factor theory there, determining the motivator and your hygiene to be important to motivate the employees and the workers. He has given it two things, motivations and the hygiene. Both the things are very important. Then improve training. As I said, the training is very important because it can give a focus to give the improvement so that the productivity will improve as a final result. And for this, the purpose, the focus was shifted to provide the training because some new product has come launching, or maybe the old product, some modification is going on, but that type of skill, enough skill is not there, or maybe the new machine has installed in the company. New machine has come, but the operator are traditionally used to perform the old machines. So that case, the focus should be shifted to provide the training because so that they can perform very easily and smoothly and with a confident they can do it. So automatically productivity will be increased. So that type of things is a part of your HRD. And slowly it has come by the revolutions, by the time past, that's already company has adopted. So gradually it has started to develop. And further, to add on, to lead these welfare activities as improved, increase the demand. Welfare is also a demanding part. And for the compensations, more emphasis on the individual needs. So participative management, basically the participative management, etc., has been developed. Organizational development, which was focused on your training and employee training and the employees, then turned into human resource management and focus on the individual development. Got to the and finally the concept as HRD developed. So initially the training of the it was the training of the employees, then this turned into HR management, and finally human resource development. What are the mechanisms? Now we are talking about the mechanisms. So HRD mechanisms is also termed as the HRD subsystems or instrument. You can say the mechanism or definitely some component, some of the additional systems is required to fulfill the core area of the HRD. So therefore it can be said that all policies, procedures, activities, and the rules aimed and fulfill the HRD goals are termed as HRD mechanisms. So some of the aspects are covered in the HRD mechanisms, that is the HRD department, then your performance appraisal, review discussions, and feedback counseling sessions, role analysis exercise, and your potential development exercise like these are all are the mechanism, different mechanism part. Then your training, communication policies, job rotations, organizational development exercises, rewards, job enrichment programs, thesis degree feedback, assessment at the development centers, employee engagement surveys, competency mapping. These are all the different modules or different components you can see. Other mechanisms in the new age like the HR analyst. This is another upcoming field, HR analyst platforms based on the learning management systems, LMS systems, the hybrid and workplace, etc. This is now a very new concept where you have to take a tools, I mean the technology and digital latest technology you can take as a tools, as a aid of these, and you can identify you can analyze very easily what are the required things. LMS for the training purposes and for the learning purposes, very important. You can, as a portal, you can make some portal where all this data can be, all the informations can be there, and access are there basically. Students, teachers, or any employees also, training center, everything are in it, particularly in one point, and they can learn whatever the things are there. So this is one of the platforms, LMS. Another is a hybrid workplace where you can, as flex you can come and join for 2 hours, 3 hours, you can work, and you can go home for 1 week. You can do it from your home also. So some mix systems are there. Some 40% may come in the office, and 60% may do from the home. So that way, some hybrid system are there, or by the rotation also you can do it. Again, those who are in the work from home, they can come and join. So this is the way some you can. That way you can have some good relations also, because of employees, especially for the women employees, are facing a lot of other problems. They have some separate points are there. Family take care, the seniors, children take care. So many things are there. So that way the hybrid workplace are growing. I mean, preferring. Most of the employee companies are preferring also. Issues and challenges. Now we have to talking about what are the issues and the challenges in the HRD. So HRD is a vital as very as critical to handle this, because this is a very big challenge, because HRD to implement the HRD systems sometimes is a very big challenge. The growing dynamics in the organizations has changed the role of HRD, role of HR in the organization. The shift in the working style in the past decades has put more challenge to HR. No matter how the world is changing, the role of HR will remain intact and also will keep on growing, because whatever the change is going on throughout the world, HR responsibility and whatever their assigned job are, no way they can deteriorate. They have to do it continuously and keep growing. Some of these challenges are there. So managing the diversity at the workplace, because this is one of the aspects there, because especially in India, in our country, because you see there are different culture, different language, and different your rituals, lot of things are festivals. So this is the way, and their attitudes also different way, culture still. So all these things are in the workplace there. So with you have to have some in a cordial way and very good cooperations, integrated way, you have to manage it. So that's why the managing the diversity at the workplace sometimes it is very challenging. So to consider everybody's feelings, you have to respect to each others, and so that your everybody's capacity can be improved in the same manner, in the same way, develop everybody. So this is a challenging part. Another is providing the virtual training, because sometimes it may not reach that type of infrastructure is not there, and remotely, or you require some of the high-speed communication systems would be required, or it may or may not be possible all the time. Uninterrupted media is required. So this is one of the another challenge still there. In the metros, it may not be a problem, but in the remote areas, the villages, still a lot of challenges are there. If your company they are in the village, or another setup is there, not in exactly in the city, or the city. So then that case, communicate with the main and the it may be create some of the problems. So virtual training may not be reached up to the mark. Meaning training materials or training the objectives of the training may not be reached to the particular all the section of the people because of the unavailability of things. So this is the area to look after. That's why I'm telling you the challenge. Grooming the training digital leaders. That is also another thing, because leader, those who are in trainer, basically the trainer, they have to train enough. They should know the latest technology, how to deal it, how to operate it. Then only they can deliver the very nicely. So grooming of the training digital leaders is important. It should require lot of leaders is required. Adapting to the challenges. Now, another mindset is required. You have to adapt the changes very as early as possible. You have to how how fast you are adapting the challenge changes. So that is one of the issues. Understanding the benefits and the packages. And then when actually any company organizations are declare for the changes, any changes, they have to same time they have to say some awareness is required to the declare and say the employees also. So this is the benefits will be there, and this is the package. So that thing should be mutually discuss and understand to each others. Take the confidence of the employees, then only you can proceed. Then it will be very easily, smoothly you can implement the HRD process. So that is one of the another challenge to understanding the benefits and the packaging. Sometimes the employees are not aware of all these things, or may be confused. Really, if I do these things, I will get benefited or not. What will be my promotions? What will be the package? Salary will be high or not? I will be in this position or not after 5 years? So many questions in their mind will be there. So before implementing the HRD changes or any things, so it should be well versed, well notified, well discussions, and take a confidence of the board. That is the things. Motivating the employees in the crisis, because motivating the employees definitely it will be very tough jobs. You cannot easily motivate the employees because the human nature, psychology is like this. So some of so that attitudes, that environment has to be created so that you can motivate very easily. So this is a really crisis matters. Providing the adequate training. That is one of the aspect from the HRD point of view. Adequate training sometimes it is not relevant. It should be relevant. Then only create some interest, and employee should feel okay after this training. I'll be knowledgeable. I can do this work very easily. I'll be comfortable, more comfortable. So sometimes, or it may be 3 days or 1 month or 10 days. So sometimes it is very judging all these things very difficult. So providing adequate training sometimes it is a challenge also. You cannot judge things. This is by trial basis. You have to conducting the training program once or twice, take the feedback and finalize the things, what the outcomes are there, really they have learned or not. So based on this feedback, you can change the training program, time frame, the course materials, what are the activities, all these things can be. So again, it is a part of the issues and challenges. Retaining the talent employees, that is another big issue. Because to retain the employees is very big. After that, they may leave the organizations. If they feel I am now trained, I have a master of these things, but that type of package I don't get. I have done so many things. So retain the employees is very big issue. Not only the monies, you have to give some award letters, some of the appreciations to be given. They have to post for this particular piece. He may be promoted, he may be posted. So all these matters are there. It is again it is a challenging part to retain the employees, in particular there. After this is part of the HRD. You have to see how to motivate the employees and what type of package, what type of award is required so that they can retain in the organizations after at least long time. Because as you see, if I train somebody So time, money, everything are invested from the organization side and in the individual side also. So after that, if you leave these organizations, then it is both way it is loss. Maybe you can join some other company, but as organizations, it is a loss because they are not taking his output um, at least some period of time before that he has leave after the training. So that has to be clarified uh, during the training period and from the HRD training period or something, or any process, any HRD systems when you are adopting the things or you are introduce the HRD systems, any things. So people should be aware of all these things. They have to be confident enough. Changing the workforce demographics. That is another issue because different places are there, different productions, and maybe geographically also is there, and on the populations are there. There are different age groups, different male female ratios are there. So there are all our demographic conditions are there in the workforce. That is another challenge to implement HRD. Sometimes it will create a problems. Eliminating the skill gaps because how to eliminate the gaps. So what type of training, what type of knowledge is required, how the what is the time frame, everything are very crucial. So well, it's practice will be there. Otherwise, if so that's why maybe sometimes the consultancies will be hired. To some of the organizations are hiring the consultant for this to how to cope up the situations. They are knowledgeable. They can give us some report after the surveying. They can give a report. This is the way you can eliminate the skill gaps. So potentials. What are the potentialities there? What are the where the gaps are there? That has to be identified. Until and unless we are not identifying the skill gaps, then implementation will be problems. Which the areas really required the gap? I mean the not trained as per really required. What is the required job? Required training is not there. That part has to be they have to train accordingly, basically, so that it should be maintained. Even in the manager also, that skill gaps are in all levels, manager levels, subordinate worker levels, in the top level also. That skill gap is to eliminate things. So different organizations, there is a public sector and your private sector, NGOs, startups, they have with the different kind of challenges. Because in the government sector there are different challenges, NGOs there are different challenges. So everywhere is different because of the internal and external environment systems. It will dominate the things. So while in the public sectors may be known for the bureaucracies, the rigidity, and the long duration dilemmas, and the private sector may have high power competitions. So that's why it's the problem, the lack of transparency and the difficulty in the retaining the talent. So many issues are there. NGOs may have lack of structures and are driven by the passions, while the startups may not afford to separate or the dedicated HR department and may function on the intuitively only because the startup they have a different problems. So thus the various sectors have a different specific need of understanding and the HRD functions from a different perspectives. So in the uh, in the words of Dr. Akhil, former president of National HRD Network, India HR manager, has to be both a gardener as well as a florist. While as a gardener, the HR manager is responsible to play a nurture's role, as I said earlier also, and As a florist, one has to arrange the talent and the potential in such a way that it gives best fitment and contributes towards the organizational excellence. So HRD will take place only when there is a harmonious environment within the organizations. The top management should consider following the aspects to the effective human resource development. Top management should be vision should be clear. What are the missions, goals, focus on the HR development, and should be synchronization also. It should not be any standalone mode. It should be synchronized. Defining and the designing the HR policies clearly and updating the regular basis. Organizational commitment of the HR. Now, role of a top management in the HR. Leadership development, empowerment, return to investment, ROI, in short, ROI of the human resources, stockholders' value, Octabase, that is providing a work-life balance, this is also important. Create a care and the compassion quotients in the organizations. This is all of the top management role. In the discussions, it is important to see the father of the HRD movement in India, that is Dr. Uday Parekh and the Dr. T.B. Rao from the Indian Institute of Management, when started experimenting the L&D proof, there was very limited understanding about how the systems and the culture would change. Slowly, it has been changed, and HRD has been implemented. And like this, the Compton Grapes and other companies are already done this in this HRD movement in India. They have done. Then there is some definitions that's coming, quotient definitions. There's the intelligent, your emotional quotients, spiritual quotients, and the cultural quotients. It is defining in totality. You have to see what is the individual potential. Individual potential are divided in this manner. The organization's success depends upon the human capital, because how the capital to be developed. So for that, you have to identify how much IQ he has, how much emotional quotient he has. So all these things, spiritual SQ, spiritual quotient, how much he has. So all these things, where he is lacking and where he is lagging. So everything has to be improved. So good HRD practices start from the top. Use the behavioral science approaches, proper diagnosis, and the well-crafted interventions can make a huge difference in the operational effectiveness and bring positive changes. The future of the HRD, we can see the deep impacts on the technological advancements, because the future are fully depend on the advancement of the technology. If the technology has advanced more and more, definitely HRD is also to be considered as it will be also parallelly going on. So globalization as well as the global benchmark practices, equal opportunity, and diversity in employment across the globe. Technological advancements have brought the paradigm shifts in routine work being slowly taken over either by the outsourcing, short-term contracts. It's so many things are happening. Everybody knows what is going on. E-learning is also important. One of the aspects upcoming is already implemented, and it is successfully done. E-learning, different apps are coming up, and based on the mobile learning also, in the micro systems, micro learning through the various global interactive learning platforms are there. Through this way, people are learning, and it is a very comfort. Within a pump, you can get it. So it's very easy to learn everything. The combination of individuals, collectiveness, and the organizations with four agents of the HRD, the self, collaborative, teams, HR department, and the organizations gives the HRD systems. So Within the systems is all these things are is a part of a component. The purpose of HRD systems is to build the individual competitiveness, commitment of the individuals, teams, and entire organizations as a whole. Uh, through a varieties of mechanisms and the instruments. Then your 10 commandments. The 10 commandments commandments of the HRD systems are there are. We'll discuss the things. There are competency are demonstrable, and the characteristics and the skills that enhance the performance of a job. Competencies are used in the job interviews and the assessments as the benchmarks against which candidates are evaluated. Competencies can be broadly categorized into behavioral competencies, technical competencies, functional competencies, managerial competencies, leadership competency instruments. The combination of the individual collectives. Now you see here the 10 commandments of the HRD systems, how it has integrated competitive advantage means where are you, you see the other companies level, and where your level you can judge it. If you are less than the other companies skilling up, then you have to upskill how much. So all these things can be calculated. Collaborations, then your communications are another of these main things, subsystems. Then your competency, counseling, coaching, career development, change agent, code of conduct, cultural building, all these things are. So that is it is a total 10 commandment of HRD systems, which are encompassing the total HRD. So counseling, as you know, there is a specialized interventions which focuses on the providing the mental, moral, psychological support to everybody, so that the employee can be easily learn that the technical and behavioral pattern can be changed up to the mark they should be behaving as required by the company. And coaching is another, an employee is provided the with the advice and the guidance by a moral to boost up their to enhance their performance. Their career development, while a career plan determines the employee's career path, career development guarantees that the employee is well developed before moving up the corporate leaders. So a series of programs meant to match the individual's requirements, abilities, and the career objectives with existing future opportunities, everything are a career development. Here I can, in short, I can say basically career development is very much required in the organization, because how to retain the people. That is one of the way you can retain the people. Those who are talented, if they feel, if I stay in this company, my career growth will be like this. And it is defined. It is already the procedures and in the rule books in the company, it is already written. After 4 years, this position, after 4 years, this positions. So finally, if you calculate, if anybody calculate, after 15 years, I will be the CEO or I will be managing director. So when it is setting his mind, the mindset is clear and he knows everything, it will be like this. So then objectives is clear. So that is the clear career objectives to be clear with the company itself, so that there should not be any confusion or any assumptions. Okay, after 10 years, I don't know. There is no policy as such. I will be managing director, will not. So everything are different stages, and series of programs should be there, and it should match the individual's requirement. And based on these abilities and the positions, automatically succession process is also is a part of this career development also. So everything are to be defined so that they can easily here one of the things I have given for career development. There you see self-assessment, then your career awareness, goal setting, skill training, and performing. So everybody, the HRD is also look after these things. From the HRD, they have to take care for the career development purposes. First things, so that's why the personal appraisal system is also there, but it will help. And as an individual, they can self-assessment is there. And then career awareness and the goal settings are to be by the employees and the organizations also. Both they can decide and target the goal settings, and skill training is also required so that finally it is performing and you can retain in the organizations. So this is another one of the your career development diagrams. So change agent is another important things. The can change agent is a some sort of your you can say the accelerating the things, because change agent as a person within the business or we can hire from the outside also as a consultant you can hire also. They can focusing on the effectiveness, improvement and development, how to change it, and they have managing the changes also, and they can understand where the area to be changed in the structurally or technologically or interpersonal group connections. So all these area they have to survey and they have to discuss with the employees also, and finally they have to give a report, and this is the area. So ultimate goal is to retrievalize the company, to how to retrieve the things. Code of conduct is the volatile business environment, set regulations, and the considering the best. However, the code of conduct, the principal guidelines, the minimum expected behavior, some ethics should be there, the norms. So code of conduct will be that should be principally adopted, and some guidelines should be there within the organizations. Cultural building of the organizations, this is also very much needed. A great corporate culture should be the where that it is display the good your good features and they lead to increase the performance. Competitive advantage, as I said, that is basically you have to see the other what are the advantages position you have comparing with the other companies. And the business wants in order to so that your outperformer perform if competitors in the terms of profitability, outreach, customer trust, and effective cost management, and the your deliverable like speed, equality, and the spend. Collaboration is another thing, because the collaboration method you have to collaborate with some of the things to enhance your capacity to interact with the things. And the idea of your corporation expanding your regionality, and then nationally you have to expand things globally. So this is the part of this communications as a to administer the goal of inform the employees and the new policies, prepare for the weather disasters or maintain the organizational safety, listen to every employee's issues. Good communication is a crucial, is a critical component for the efficient management. Then organizations can assure the some of the things that they communicate the consistent messages, establish a recognizable your recognizable employee brand, deliver the message from a top level to all levels. So what are the mission, vision, and the culture? Then your HRD systems, there are 6 targets of the human resource management, such as the individual as a potentially, employee as a talent, role, teams, entertains, and the organization. The scope of the HRD is developed to increase the effectiveness and the potential of these aspects. And relevant HRD process help in increasing the effectiveness. So this is all the systems we are talking about. The system. This formal approaches for developing the HRD, developing the human resource is called the HRD systems. So here some of the following components are there in the HRD. There are performance management systems, work plan, self-renewals, career, reinforcement, development, culture, all these things. The some of the diagrams component of the HRD system components. There everything are given, but I'll just same thing in a diagram itself. Then your various subsystems are there: corporate planning, HR forecasting, on board. Then your learning and development, then your performance, things, coaching, successions, all are tabulated here basically. Then your emerging the new subsystems, hybrid, then your diversity, equity, inclusions, HR, technicals, then your flexi work hours, employee engagement, employee well-being, like this. So I think this is the way I cover up most of the HRDs today's sessions. Basically, I have tried to highlight what are the HRD, meaning of the HRD, and definition of the HRD, what are the systems, what are the components, and what are the challenges. See that we are discussing. So I hope that clear. So just looking forward your next program, next sessions. Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
बोला था ना वो खराब हो गया था ना मुझे लगा कि क्या है लास्ट बार जल्दी आया अच्छा उल्टा है मुझे सुना
नहीं सर
तभी तो ठीक खराब है ना
मेरी गोली पर आना पड़ता है सर
हाँ
मेरी